Weird place. Be at the golfy waiting for us. Not unusual given none of us had phones and we would just randomly meet in a few places, most of which we had already been past at this point. So, we arrived at the wall that we usually scrambled over to get to the golfy. He hopped up before me and sat astride it to pull me up. Once we were both up, we looked at each other perplexed. I genuinely remember to this day the confusion in his face. We looked over at the place we had been hundreds of times before and it was different. Instead of a small wooded area that gave onto the golf course, it was a huge paved area full of rows of greenhouses and odd-looking square areas that looked like they were meant for plants. These greenhouses were not new though, matter of fact they looked abandoned, old and not taken care of. Most of them had plastic sheeting over the sides where the glass used to be and they were flapping gently in the summer breeze. The squared areas had weeds and the sort growing out of them, likewise the paving slabs that made up the floor. We sat there for a while watching, we had no clue what to make of it all. Obviously this was too good to be true in our minds, and once the initial surprise wore off, curiosity set in. We both hopped down and began to explore the place. I know it sounds banal, but the whole area was just off, like it just didn't seem normal. I can't explain it to this day, but we were sticking close to each other even though we were laughing and kidding as we went further in. We looked in the greenhouses and they were just full of rundown equipment of some sort and overgrown with weeds and plants. After about 20 minutes of exploration, I remember we stopped and looked around kind of in disbelief at how big this whole area was. We hadn't changed direction and now in the middle of all of it could neither see the neighborhood nor the golf course. This is when it got really fucked. As we were stood there, my friend looked at me and said, "Can you hear that?" The look on his face was dead serious and I stood still listening.